What's up, guys? Here with the Week 8 review. I'll cover everything like usual. Obviously, we'll have a new number one team in the power rankings after DJ's team has lost the past 2 weeks. He put up a league low 64 points this week as well. Obviously, a lot of his guys were on bye, and he had some injuries as well, so he couldn't even fill his lineup fully. But it's understandable because he has a lot of good players, so he didn't want to drop anybody. Dakota will move into number one. His team did take a hit, losing Scatabo, so we'll see if his team can stay there. I think he had three other good running backs, so we'll see. Obviously, he was trying to trade Scatabo recently, so luckily, I guess for everybody else in the league, they didn't go there since he got a pretty nasty injury. But I'll jump in here. First matchup we have is myself versus Josh. I took down Josh uh, in this matchup. It was 110 to 100. Looking at my team, Baker Mayfield struggled, just had the 4 points there. I'd have been pretty upset given I had Drake May on the bench who had 26. Had I lost and had been within that margin there, that would have been really rough. I did have Saquon have a huge day with 31. Finally, um, DeAndre Swift had 14. He's been pretty solid since I acquired him. Ted McMillan scores low double digits every week with 13. Jamar Chase had 15. McConkey had 18. Kyle Pitts even had 10 for me. I didn't even realize that. Uh, Defense almost cost me. Had -9 out of the Bengals. I thought they'd be able to pound the Jets, and that just didn't happen. Did have Tajay Spears on the bench who had 16, and nothing else to speak of there. Looking over here at Josh's team, Bo Nix with 24, Josh Jacobs with just 12. Metcalf had 14. Odunze had 15. He had 20 out of his kicker and nothing else there. Nothing on the bench. Could have played the Packers defense over the Bears defense. Would have got 7 points there, but wouldn't have been enough to win. So not a huge deal there. Did play Justice Hill in his lineup, who had .2. I assume he thought they were going to be playing from behind and Derrick Henry would get taken out. That wasn't the case. So Justice Hill probably barely played in that game. Marvin Mims had 2. Obviously, it was Troy Franklin that was the centerpiece of that offense on Sunday, I believe. And so Mims just didn't get much going there for him. Next matchup we have Dalton versus Garrett. Dalton won this one. It was 130 to 120. He rode with Justin Fields, who was probably not going to play, but Tyrod Taylor got hurt, so he kind of got forced in and obviously played well. He had 21 points, got the Jets their first win, so he'll probably hold on to that job for a little while longer. Vidal had 19, Justin Jefferson with 11, Pickens with 11, Chase Brown had 24. Defense and his kicker, both on the Patriots, had double digits, so good day there. Had Stroud on the bench who had 22. Woody Marks on the bench had 13, so he could have got some more points there. Had Krosky Merritt in the lineup 2.5 points. You expect a little more there. Other than that, everybody else's lineup pretty much performed pretty solid. Looking at Garrett's team, Mahomes continues to be very good this season. He had 23. Javonte Williams had 17. McLaurin come back from injury and then got re-injured in the game. So we'll see if he can play this week. He had 13. Tucker Kraft had 30. So a huge day out of him. Kicker got him 11. Nothing to speak of on his bench. Quinshon Judkins got hurt in the game. Otherwise, he probably would have had three, more than 3. He played Coleman and Leggett, each under 5. Tough there. Played Jalen Noel. He had 9, so probably not too bad considering you just picked him up off waivers. Next matchup, we have the 2 lowest scoring teams of the week played each other. We had Jason getting his second victory of the season here over DJ. It was 87 to 64. Looking at DJ's team, Jackson Dart had 19. Pittman had 20. Kicker had 13. And that was about it. That was pretty much all his points. I played Travion Henderson, who had 6. Jordan Mason with 1. Ibuka had 5. Had an empty spot on his bench. In his lineup at receiver. And then played double tight end. Schultz just had 3. Jets got a -3, so that negated Dalton Schultz. And then Jake Ferguson for the Cowboys played. just didn't have any catches. Obviously, he lost Nico, was out this week. Drake London was out this week, and then he had Laporta, BTJ, Gibbs. Lamar was out this week. All those other guys were on bye, so and he had Bam Knight on bye, so just tough week for him. Sometimes as an owner, you like this. You want to stack all your bye weeks at one time. Not sure if that was something he was going for. It just happened to that way the cookie crumbled there. But that is a strategy sometimes. Just go ahead and chalk up the loss that one week, and then you'll have all your guys every other week. Looking at Jason's team, Dak got him just 7. Kareem Hunt had the 2 touchdowns in the game. He got 17. CeeDee Lamb had 11. Buccaneers defense got him 25. Ollie Gordon was on his bench, who had 13. Nothing else to speak of in his lineup. Some single-digit performances. I mean, his team is rough because he's been just murdered with injuries this year. Next matchup we have Dakota versus Mark. Dakota won this one 123-90. Looking at Mark's team, Daniel Jones had 23, Kelsey had 19, and nobody else scored double digits. Yeah, some solid performances like 8 from Warren's not bad, 9 from Sutton, 8 from Pierce, and that was pretty much it. I mean, still rolling with Rico Dowdle. I have to imagine the Panthers are gonna start letting him get more touches than Hubbard, given how each of them is performing. I understand they paid Hubbard, but Dowdle just looks to be more explosive. He obviously had the 2 massive games. Now, granted, they were easy matchups, but I mean, he still had them. So we'll see how they roll with it there. He had Jordan Love on the bench, who had 28, so we would have got maybe 5 more points there, but obviously not enough to make a dent in this situation. And then looking over here at Dakota's team, Jalen Hurts at 25, T. Higgins with 11, Addison at 10, Gadsden had 16, so a good pickup there on the waiver wire. Brees Hall had 32. And then he had 11 from Flowers, who was on the bench, but nothing else on the bench there. Obviously, Scatabo had 10, but he's out for the season now. CMC had a slightly rough week with just the 8. You would think Darnell Mooney would have had a bigger game with London being out. He just had the 2 points there, but still got the victory. Next up, we got Michael versus Kenny. Michael won this one 138-125. Michael was led by Josh Allen, who had 23. Achane with 18. He played Samaje Perine, who had 17. So nice play there. Jalen Waddle with 18. Troy Franklin had 24. So good play there. That's what Josh was looking for with Mims. Chargers defense and kicker. So both of them got double digits for him there. A lot of players on bye, so you didn't have lineup options to really have to make there. Jerry Jeudy played in the game, goose egg. So that's really that, and Hawkinson just getting the 4. It's only kind of down spots in his lineup. Looking at Kenny's team, hero Joe Flacco's got 24. He's dealing with an injury, so we'll see if he's able to go this week or not. Derrick Henry finally had a good game. He had 19. Dobbins with 13. Chris Olave had 10. Kittle 12. Khalil Shakir had 18. Played Debo, who just had the 3 points there, but pretty much everybody else in his lineup performed. Just went up against somebody who did a little bit better. Did have R.J. Harvey on the bench, who had 24. So obviously, if he would have maneuvered his lineup around a little bit, he definitely could have got the win had he put Shakir in for Samuel and then put Harvey in at flex. But can't really blame him for that. I mean, Debo has been playing pretty solid this year, I believe. So also had Josh Downs on the bench, who had 11. Last matchup I got here is Derek versus Ray. Derek won this one 136-115. Derek was led by Justin Herbert, who had 25. Jonathan Taylor, who, I mean, NFL doesn't typically give running backs the MVP award, but he should definitely be in the running. 36 points. Devontae Smith had 11. Thought he would have a bigger game with no AJ Brown playing, but they took the lead and just utilized Barkley. Rashee Rice had 21, so he's been really solid since coming back. Looks like he is worth the pick in the stash. Dallas Goedert had 16. And nothing else really going on there. Alvin Kamara in his lineup was 6, played Quentin Johnson 0. So it looks like Quentin Johnson was just kind of maybe a boom bust guy at this point. Just came on strong in the beginning, and now it looks like things are shifting back to Ladd a good bit there. Had Njoku on the bench with 12, Keyshawn Booty on the bench with 15. Um, so he could have got some more points there, although he didn't need them. Then looking at Ray's team here, Caleb Williams with 12. I don't understand how the Bears got whooped by the Ravens with no Lamar Jackson, but I'm a little upset about that because I lost a good bit of money on that game. James Cook with the 34 points, huge day there. Rashid Shaheed had 10, double digits out of the kicker and defense. Kicker got him 17. That's pretty solid. I mean, the only real downfall in his lineup is obviously you expect more from Caleb, and then obviously Bijan. Bijan was projected 24 points, only had 4. Don't understand that. The offense defense atrocious. They gave like 200 something yards to Rico Dowdle, and we all know Bijan's got a lot more talent than that. I just don't understand. I understand that they didn't have Penix, but there's not that big of a drop off between him and Cousins. Um, it's just NFL is it's a wild thing sometimes. But that is it for the review, or that's it for the matchups from the last week. If I look at the free agency report, which comes out on Wednesday at noon, which you guys know, obviously there was a big option this week with Scatabo going out. Tyrone Tracy was available in our league. He's going to be a starting running back now, most likely. Probably at least 90% certain. And he went for $58 to Kenny. So Kenny had a pretty big budget. He's, I think, kind of like closer to the bottom in the standings. So if you can get an RB2 out of him, it could be a big change for his team moving forward. Outside of him, nobody else was big. I mean, it looks like Derek spent $10 on Jawan Johnson when nobody else bid on him. That wasn't obviously necessary. And everybody else was, small guys here or there. I can see Josh has picked up Bigsby and Dylan Sampson, hoping that maybe Barkley or Quinshon Judkins injuries are bigger deal. But they have bye week, so I'm sure they'll both be fine when they come back, and it'll essentially be a waste. But we'll see how that goes. I mean, he didn't drop anybody's good, so it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But that is the review for you guys. I will see you guys next time.